Okay. Welcome to the Tuesday, January 22nd meeting of the Montpelier Design Review Committee. I will ask members and staff introduce themselves.
Hannah Smith. Martha Smirsky.
Meredith Crandall, staff.
Stephen Everett.
Eric Gilbertson.
Seth Mitchell.
For anybody who's not been here before, we are advisory to the Development Review Board. We will review the applications and move them forward to either administrative approval or to the Development Review Board. And do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
I second it.
Second, all in favor of the agenda, raise your hand. And we can go straight to the first application, 158 Main Street. Come up and have a seat.
It's pretty straightforward. I adapted so I live in a condo association. We're doing a big capital improvement with roof and chimney and furnace and everything, and they're doing exterior painting. Like they can't hear me?
Well, no, it records and is distributed to everybody. So, I
sorry.
mean, it is right near her. It wasn't close enough.
It's gotta be right next to it.
Okay.
Is that better?
Ask him.
Ask him, because he can see what the,
All right.
what it's like.
How's
for-
that? Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Do you want me to sing a little Def Leppard? So I proposed to my condo association that I change the colors based on not white.
Okay.
That's it, not white. And so I came down and asked Audra how that procedure worked and what were some color options, and she said they don't disapprove a lot. So I went to Benjamin Moore and just chose from their historic exterior paints
Okay,
this palette that I liked, which are these. It's nothing crazy. It's beige,
okay,
and that's the trim and the lattice. That's the body. And because I have a new porch deck, so they're gonna paint my porch per our architects and our whole thing. So I want a darker version of that. I don't want a gray. I want it to match.
okay,
And I have new porch deck, which you probably can see they rebuilt the lattice. So that's gonna be the trim. And my door is pretty much this color now.
Which is what, black?
No, it's a green. That green, this color, it's there. I have that green door.
that's an existing, so,
So that's where I chose this from. And I checked in with a friend of mine who's an interior designer and said, what do you think of these colors? And she said, those are great colors for blending in and resale and historic. So that's pretty much where I came up with them. And the painting is not happening until spring. I know, I just want to make sure I don't have to go through, right, everybody knows
We
that
figured that, yeah.
nobody's painting anytime soon. So I'm happy to pass these around if anybody needs to see a closer look.
now the darker color would just be the porch?
Just the porch deck.
Okay.
Right,
And the rest, the lattice of the porch is this color?
in the trim,
Okay.
right.
Stephanie, you said this is unit one. Isn't the whole building being painted?
I wrote unit one because it's a condo association. It's only I'm a single family 2-story house. So it's just me.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Right.
but it's the whole house is being painted then?
Correct,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
But I'm technically unit one, like for mailing and everything like that, because I'm an association, so. Just for clarification.
And as you get closer to your project and you look at your paint samples and then you get a sample of the paint a section of the wall, and sometimes the actual color, depending on location, exposure, may look a little different than the chip.
Yeah,
just
for
in
sure.
terms of shading.
Yep.
So you can always go, for instance, if it looked lighter and you thought, boy, I'd really like it a little darker, they can go do what they call a plus 50. They add 50% more pigment.
Right. And let's say that I wanted to do that or go lighter, do I need to double check in with,
No, if
is
you-
everybody good with like this shades of these
That,
and not?
that shade is fine.
I think it's great you're
Yep.
eliminating a building that covered with white.
With white, yes. in our clump of whites. Yes.
But there are two reasons for doing that. Number one, if the actual paint looks a little lighter than your chip, you may want to go darker, only because you're on a main travel street, and the dust level is very high.
Okay.
And white houses often, if you see them after a few years, they're
Yeah.
freshly painted. After
Right.
a few years, they look dirty. They need to
Right.
be hosed
That's,
off.
well, that's the main, one of the
So-
main reasons is
Yes.
also, Eric, because I'm in a clump of white houses.
Mhm.
And if they're repainting, I'm like, there's no reason why to not make this look better.
Yes.
Like, there's like
No.
zero reason why we can't make it look better. And white, but that's good advice, thank you. Yeah, when the time comes.
But sometimes,
I might even buy a little
sometimes the
sample
actual
buy a
paint,
sample
you
of
get a
it.
sample of like a little
Exactly.
quart of the paint
Mhm.
is for trial.
Yeah, absolutely worth it,
And
yeah.
again, you can play with that, and
Right.
again, you can do a plus
Yeah.
50 or whatever you need to
Yeah.
get the actual shade
Yeah.
you're looking for.
Yeah,
These colors will hide dust better than white.
Yes, much better.
Mm-hmm. right. And if the building in front of me, I don't know, like they're painting that too, whether they're gonna ask for like shutters being changed, I don't know, like we're each sort of in charge of our own, I'm in charge of my own space.
Because you don't have any shutters on your building.
No,
No.
nor is there plan to add shutters. Yeah. So that's it.
Any other comments, questions, suggestions of any kind?
Go for it.
I'm fine with
Okay.
it.
Alrighty.
There's a set of criteria. I'm just going to read through them
Okay.
quickly. Number one, preservation or reconstruction of the appropriate historic style if the proposed project's in the historic district or involves an historic structure, acceptable. Harmony of exterior design with other properties in the district, acceptable. Compatibility of proposed exterior materials, acceptable. Compatibility of proposed landscaping, none proposed in this application. Prevention of the use of incompatible designs, buildings, color schemes, or exterior materials, acceptable. Location and appearance of all utilities, no change in any outside utilities, lighting, or anything. Okay, not applicable. Recognition of and respect for view corridors and significant vistas, including gateway views of the city and state house, acceptable. And I'll make a note here that at your option, the I just said the chosen body color may be darker in the same tints to match the tint of the color chip presented if necessary at the time of painting.
Okay.
All in favor of the application, raise your hand. And I'll let you sign that one right above my name on the lower left.
Okay.
Okay,
Voila.
and
All right.
that'll be
Yeah,
administratively.
administrative permit, we'll probably issue it tomorrow.
Okay, and then when it comes time, I'll just post the permit in the window, or?
You'll post the permit when you get it in the mail.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Now?
it's the, yeah,
Oh, okay.
when we send it to you, you post your your permit,
Oh,
the
okay.
notice on the window, because it's, the appeal period, the 15-day appeal period is from the time of issuance of the permit. So that's why
Okay.
you have to notify your neighbors this
Gotcha.
way.
I'm glad that I asked, because I wouldn't
And
have
there'll
done
be
that.
instructions
Oh, okay.
in the
All right.
packet too.
Perfect.
we'll mail that to you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, good
Stephanie.
luck with your project. And has everyone had a chance to look at the January 6th minutes? Do I hear a
Yes.
motion to approve unless anybody has any changes to offer? Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Go
I
ahead.
move to approve.
Second.
All in favor of the minutes, raise your hand. Minutes are approved.
So,
Anybody have anything else?
the abbreviated
What?
Richard Shire,
Oh, yeah, it's, I mean, I can put more detail in if you want.
but it's, isn't necessary.
I didn't think it was really necessary. I mean, it tried to capture everything he said in a brief way, and we still have the recordings are there indefinitely.
Right.
And it's tabled, so at some point when they come back, we can address that in more detail, depending on any changes in the design. Anything else?
Don't forget the January 27th, public hearing on the new design review,
Yeah.
regs and boundaries. And the
Okay.
boundaries are, they're posted on the internet,
Yep.
so, and it's actually larger than it used to be.
Well, you can zoom in.
You can zoom in and it's a little bit like, some of the boundaries are a little bit like a rabbit chase going right through the brush, but and taking really sharp corners.
In places, in places. Are you here to comment to the design review committee, or?
I was just observing, I'm thinking about relocating, just kinda wanted to get a sense of the community,
Oh.
see what's going on.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And if there's nothing else, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor of adjournment, raise your hand. Meeting is adjourned.
That was quick.
That was quick, 15 minutes.